Alright. Hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome back, and today is going to be a very different video. Uh, yeah, I got some very inconsiderate roommates that just won't stop blasting the goddamn radio to save my fucking ass. So we're just going to be going out in the backyard and just filming a candle or something. Alright, so this is going to be Milo update. So it looks like homeboy resigned, and it looks like freaking the whole internet went nuts. And we just saw traders coming out of the woodwork, we saw supporters coming out of the woodwork, we saw all kinds of nonsense. Alright, I caught some of the details on the Ralph show, and on the Ralph Retort show. They are suspecting there's Milo clearly got set up. Clearly they did. Oh man. And some of them were mentioning internal issues, and you know, I can see that. I can definitely see that. You know, in the world of journalism, you're not going to have too many rock star style journalists. I think the left, with the exception of maybe Dennis Miller, who's been kind of laying low since he bailed from HBO and things like that. You know, with the exception of Dennis Miller, you know, the left really does have a stranglehold on that kind of thing. And well, they had a stranglehold on that for the longest period of time. Today, you know, a little nobody, a little nothing rises up out of nowhere, and then he gets to be on top, and then all of a sudden, you know, up comes a political power issue, and none of it made any sense. Like the information's been out there for a while. The supposedly the videos where he said some screwed up shit, supposedly. So I'm like, okay, that's possible. Alright, so how come they waited and waited and waited? Yeah. So chances of this being an internal issue, as the Ralph Retort was suspecting, probably some coworkers. You get some coworkers that are jelly. I came across this one YouTube channel, and the guy was talking about, yeah, strangely enough, he had his own YouTube channel, and he's got his face on there all the time, and he was talking about how you put your face on something 24/7, and all of a sudden you're famous, and Breitbart has a huge problem with that. I don't know what the heck he's talking about there. So that makes me start wondering about the original Breitbart, you know, the actual Andrew Breitbart. But anyway, that makes me, or you know what I mean, or maybe that's just a paper that's named after the dude. But anyway, you know, that kind of really makes you wonder about, you know, some of these journalists. But you know, it is what it is. Will this bother Milo's career? No, I don't. I suspect he'll bounce back real quick. And right now we're seeing all kinds of mamma jamma saying, no, we don't agree with anything that he said. We disavow that. We got people talking about liability issues. Oh no, I can't be associated with that. So I'm like, you know, and then I hear that, I was like, well, Milo came out and said he didn't even support that stuff. Milo resigned. He flogged himself, you know, with the press conference that he pulled, and you know, just straight up quit, you know. So, and he's just going to move on. So, you know, I was like, hey, thumbs up, more power to you. But everybody else, you know, all the other YouTubers and all the other fools are just coming out of the woodwork saying, I knew it, he's freaking dirty, he's a monster, and blah blah. You know, all this weird, just ungodly, nasty, freaking shit. I was like, damn. Do I know what's going through my mind? It's not about anything of what Milo said. It's mostly about his opponents. I was like, how salty and jelly could you possibly be? You know, not a single day went by or any of them took notes on how they could improve themselves. You know, I mean, that's the only thing that comes to mind, folks. I'm sorry. You can call me silly, and I know that you can call me silly about that, but that's what I look at. I was like, holy shit. Like just the other day, Milo was on every other channel, every other freaking show. Everybody was inviting him on guests, and everybody else was like, "We gotta shut this down. We gotta shut this down." So, okay, so they figured out a way to shut that down, and they pulled a good job on that. So I was like, "Hey." But anyway, that's kind of sort of after observing some of the information that you get from that I got from the Ralph retort. They said there might have been some internal issues, maybe at Breitbart or whatever. That's possible. That's possible. I suspect it's completely the opposition. But then again, you know, during all the riots that they had at that one college, at a couple of colleges, really, why didn't it come out then? Why didn't it come out then? Like, they waited for this weird CPAC event. Like, seriously. You know, people know more about the Oscars. People know more about the Grammys, you know, unless you're a professional journalist or a political nutcase. You know what I mean? Like I think this is probably going to be the first year anybody really knows what CPAC really means, unless you're really on the up and up about all the politics. You know what I mean? And most people, they don't. They do their 9 to 5, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? They come home and they're like, CPAC, what does that mean? Is that a new channel? Is that a new monthly program? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I suspect, you know, there's a good chance that there was some internal BS going on. And that is sad, but another gentleman brought up a really good point. He was talking about liability issues and things like that, and I was like, okay, I can definitely see where that rolls. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens after that. So, yeah. We'll just see what happens after that. You know, I'm just sitting there like, yep, we'll see what happens. I'm on the way to good money, that Milo is going to prosper quite a bit. If something more screwed up happens, we'll find out. But that is the new news. Nothing's ever boring around here. And like I said, folks, don't get distracted by the star. Don't ever get distracted by the star. There's other news to be had. Always other news to be had. But I had to freaking record this. I had to get out there and just make some form of document on it. I don't care if it works. I don't care if it sucks. This is just going to be the Fox Gibson signing out. And good luck to all. Peace out. Good luck in your projects. I'm out.